What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw 4 TV. This is a day that I have dreaded for a long time. This man right here is probably one of my top 3 to 4 favorite black actors of all time. This is a tough one. Was looking for content to talk about today for you guys, and then I saw this. James Earl Jones. Legendary James Earl Jones, best known as the voice, longtime voice of Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise, a legendary actor. That goes back decades, has died at the age of 93. According to reports, he died at home, surrounded by his family. What's up, Ted? Yeah, King Joffrey Jofer. What's up, King of Ruckus? What's up, Players Ball? He was in a lot of different movies over the years. So many to name. His father, I think his name was Robert Earl Jones, was an actor before him. But James Earl Jones was in, I'm trying to think of them in order, but Field of Dreams. Of course, he was in Coming to America, a classic comedy. He was in the sequel, Coming to America 2, which came out, 2019 or 2020, I think it was. I remember him being in, he played that, defense attorney, forgot his name, but he was in Gang Related, of course. He was in that movie, what's the name of that movie, man? From 1967, when he portrayed Jack Johnson. I can't think of the name of it, but what's up, Julian Garcia? He was a Tony winner. And The Great White Hope, that was the name of the movie. Stage and screen actor James Earl Jones, who won Tony Awards for The Great White Hope and Fences, and whose majestic basso profundo voice would become internationally recognized as the villainous Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise, has died. His rep confirmed to CBS News he was 93. An actor renowned for his theatrical presence in works by Shakespeare, Eugene O'Neill, Tennessee Williams, Jean Genet, Anton Chekhov, August Wilson, Anthony Fugard, and Alfred Hillary. And in such acclaimed films as Field of Dreams, Jones would become even more famous for his voice, whether it was as a commercial pitchman, an announcer for CNN. This is CNN. Dun-dun-dun. The father of Disney's animated Lion King, Mufasa, or a Darth Lord of the Sith, all the more remarkable given that as a child he suffered a stutter, which continued throughout his life, which I can sympathize with because I have a stammer. Yeah, it was called Players Ball. It was called The Great White Hope from 1967. That's the movie he played in, portraying Jack Johnson. I remember he was in Demolition Man too. not Demolition Man. Meteor Man. He was a Meteor Man. He was also in The Sandlot. You know, I mean, he did it all, man. He did theater. He was in Hollywood blockbuster movies, but it wasn't beneath him to be in supporting roles in independent movies. Um, you know, uh, he acted well into his 80s, late 80s. I think he acted until he was about 90 years old or so. And he was in Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. I mean, just a legendary figure, man. But the voice, I mean, the voice is what was so ironic. I mean, not ironic, excuse me, was so iconic. And it's just kind of it seems like the last 3 years, each year we've lost an icon, a legend. I mean, that word gets thrown around a lot, but the last 3 years we've lost a legend. In 2022, we lost Sidney Poitier. Last year we lost Harry Belafonte, and now we lose James Earl Jones. You know, and he always had like he always had this air about him, like he was almost semi-royalty, which is interesting considering that he played royalty in Coming to America and oftentimes played, um, dominating figures. Like in that movie, what was it? Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian. He played with opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. You're right. You're right. He did. He did. He played. He won a Tony for his portrayal in that role. What's up, Sports and Fitness Rants? What's up, man? Yeah, Thulsa Doom. That was his name, Thulsa Doom. Yeah, this. I was just wondering about him, man. I was just wondering about him, man. Because I hadn't heard from him in a while, and a lot of times when these guys get up there like that, you start wondering, are they doing all right? Yes. Hey, y'all subscribe to Sports and Fitness Rants. What did you say, Julian? Could I do a video on if Kevin Garnett is prime paid in today's NBA? I can do that. I'll probably do it tomorrow though, because I like to think about it. I don't want to just take a topic and just wing it and don't think about it. But I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. Yeah, he was. He was like royalty, man. Very regal. Very regal, man. And another thing about him was in an age where sometimes I'll just say sometimes activism can be a wedge. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but because usually activism is a good thing, especially with our people. But James Earl Jones was able to voice his opinions about things and let it be known when it comes to social issues, but it never affected the way that people uh, looked upon him as far as a performer. You know what I mean? Maybe something that got to do with his presence too. Always was a looming presence. Whenever he was on on screen, you just gravitated toward his performances and perform him, you know. Yeah, Ted, he was for the culture. So he was in a movie called Hallelujah. I remember he played. It was a TV movie. I want to say it came out around 1994. He played a civil rights leader that's not as well known. I think his first name was Vernon something. Vernon, what's his name? Let me see something. I think it was Vernon something. Maybe I got it. Vernon Johns. That's it. The Vernon Johns story. He was in that. Mary Alice was in it. The late Mary Alice. The late Joe Seneca was in it. The late Tommy Hollis was in it. Cissy Houston. Yeah. That was a good movie. Absolutely, man. Yeah, you're right. Him and Morgan Freeman, the most iconic voices of our generation. Absolutely. I would say another a black actor that had a great voice. He predates all of them. Was Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson had a awesome voice. To me, man, he will always be Darth Vader. There's nobody else that could portray him. You know, I know when he retired from the role, I think they just basically just used his voice and AI to create a unique dialogue, but it's his voice. I mean, you can't replace him. It's too, you know. And to be honest with you, I don't know as far as royalties, but he should have been getting royalties for that. I don't think he was. Gene Hackman, yeah, he got a nice, yeah, he's a great voice. Man, you know what, man? I'm looking at Coming to America tonight. I'm gonna look at Coming to America tonight. I'm gonna look at The Great White Hope tonight in his memory. But sire, the guests are waiting. Let them wait. I'm talking to my son. Man, James Earl Jones, man. This oh boy. Yeah, he was in the Sandlot, King and K. He was in quite a few baseball movies. He was in that movie and Field of Dreams. So I'm assuming he was a baseball fan. Yeah. Yeah, my people first, William. Yeah, King won Employee of the Month. My son works. Oh boy. Hey, I've noticed that too, Josh Johnson. It's been a lot of voice actors that have passed away recently. Um, whatever reason, you know. Yeah, sports and fitness. We did lose Carl Weathers back in. I think it was beginning of February, if I'm not mistaken. Beginning of February. Ah, man. His father was an actor too, Robert Earl Jones. I think he passed away back in 2006. I think he was 96 when he passed. Oh, yeah. The man is beneath me, and so is his daughter. Now, wait a minute. Jack. Oh, boy. Yeah, Phil Donahue. I did a video about that. I think that might have been beginning of last week or the end of October. August. Yeah, we lost a lot of people this year, man. But this one hurts the most. Absolutely, this one hurts the most, man. And he seemed fine. I remember he turned 93 this year. But I know when you get to that age, when you get into your 90s, man, a lot of things can go wrong, And sometimes I forget, man, like, to me, in my mind, and y'all going to find this too as y'all get older, like all you born past 2000, in my mind, the 80s was like 15, 20 years ago. In my mind, it's like 15, 20 years ago. But 1989 was 35 years ago. But in my mind, it's 15, 20 years ago. Just like a lot of you all who, let's say I got some subscribers that's 25. So you just got out of high school 7 years ago, right? So that'd be 2017. As you get into your 30s and 40s, in your mind, 2017 would be 10 years ago. But you look at the calendar, you're like, 25 years ago? How is that possible? It's going to happen, man. I'm telling you. In your mind, you thinking 2017 was like 10 years ago. Yep, it's scary, man. The thing that scares the hell out of me is like, how the hell am I just 6 years from 50? No. I'm 25. I'm 25. I will always be 25. I'm 25 years old. No, you ain't. No, you're not. Hell, James Earl Jones was my age, 1985. So that's either how long ago that was or how short life really is. So, yeah, man. Like the other day, when the DNC went down, the Democratic National Convention, I'm thinking like when Obama said 16 years ago, when I accepted the nomination, I said 16 years ago. 2008 wasn't 16. I said, yes, it was. God damn. How did that happen? I remember, and yeah, I admit I was an Obama head. I ain't gonna lie. I told y'all I was in the bag for Obama back then. I was an Obama fanboy. I was canvassing for Barack Obama, trying to register people. Yeah, come on, let's get the brother in office. Da, 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 da. I fell for all the BS. That was 16 years ago. No, I remember going to the Obama headquarters and calling people registered like it was yesterday. There's no way it was 16 years ago. But, I'm 44, so yeah, I'm old enough to have a kid. Well, really, theoretically, I could have a kid 30. I could have a kid 30 years old at age 14. But yeah, man. What's up, Dan Patrick? She twerked for cash with your face ass. Yeah, sports and fitness, man. It's really trippy. Like, I remember when I first created a YouTube account. I remember the date. It was July 15th, 2006. It wasn't this YouTube account. It was another one I had. That was 18 years ago. But I mean, it is what it is, man. He lived a long life, man. He lived a long life. Henry Golden adopt me. Hey, Money Dog 88. Yeah, man. I just saw this sad news, man. My nephew texted me this, and I just was like, man, he just texted me that. But I was looking on the internet earlier. Like I said, I was looking for stuff to talk about. And I saw breaking news, legendary actor, voice of Darth Vader, James Earl Jones died. I said, man, god damn, man, not another one. I'm tired of this, man. I'm just getting tired. I'm tired of this, man. Too many. It's like every other day, one of our legends, one of these people that grew up entertaining us, or it's kind of overwhelming at times, man. And another thing too about James Earl Jones, maybe y'all can think of one, but I can't think of a movie that he appeared in that I could say was bad. I'm pretty sure there might have been some, but I can't think of it. Like, he's kind of like in the same vein in that category, like with Denzel Washington, Sidney Poitier, Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson. Every movie that they appear in, they elevate that movie. They elevate that movie. Cause of death, I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, D-Dog culture. Back in the day, we used to be able to do video responses. We used to be able to do video responses to each other. They got rid of that. They got rid of that. And you know why they got rid of that? Because YouTube wants to affect who they want to get views. That's taking power away from the YouTuber. I mean, to a certain extent, a YouTuber can help another one out, but the algorithm is what really determines a lot of that. But say, let somebody, like back in the day, a channel could have, when this really was a lot of subs, 50,000 subs. Back in the day, 2010, that was a lot of subs on YouTube, 50,000 subs. A channel could have 500 subs or 40 subs. Let's go with 40. You could do a video response to that channel. That person's subscribers like what you said, and they got the video. In that day, you could gain 10,000 subscribers. Just like that. Just like that, you could gain 10,000 subscribers. And you got real views too. They didn't try to suppress your channel, man. But anyway, yeah, getting back to my point, man, I just can't think of a movie where James Earl Jones gave a bad performance, and I can't think of a movie he was in that was bad. I can't really think of one. And I consider him Hollywood black royalty, along with the ones I just mentioned: James Earl Jones, Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Sidney Poitier. I guess you could throw Harry Belafonte, Paul Robeson. That's royalty right there, man. What's up, 1D Forever? Yeah, big dog. He was a voice. Yeah, Benny Torres. The skits were funnier back then, man. And I hate to put it like this, but one of the things that ruined YouTube was two things that ruined YouTube: AdSense and corporate media coming over here. AdSense ruined it because it's always a good thing for people to be able to make money and earn money on YouTube. That's not really the problem. But when it became easier to get AdSense, when you just had to meet certain prerequisites, that people's motivations changed. You first had people on here who were motivated to speak to people and put out a message. It was using YouTube as a voice, an alternative to the corporate media. But then you start having people come on here whose motivations are to earn money. And then you start having people, oh, let me hate on this channel to get profit. Let me hate on this channel to get views. Let me do this. Let me do this shtick. Let me get on here and dance like an idiot and act like a monkey to get views. And it just went downhill from there, man. Yeah, that's when he played in Conan the Barbarian and whatnot, man. What was it Thala Musa? I think his name was. Yeah, that did too, Ted. Yeah. How tall am I? Between 6'2" and 6'3". Just go with 6'2.5". Yeah, he was in Roscoe Jenkins, wasn't he? He played their father, Roscoe Jenkins. Yeah, that's the name of it. I think that was what 2008. I think it was called Meet Roscoe Jenkins. Was it, or was it just Roscoe Jenkins? I think it was Meet Roscoe Jenkins. Oh, you know what, Ted? I forgot to do a video on that. Man. The 93 or 98. I'm gonna do that today, Ted. So I get a lot of requests, man. So sometimes I forget. You know what I'm saying? Is there a video where I've ever showed my face? Sure. But I'm not on here to try to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on here for that. I don't want to. Not on here to be a celebrity, and then people take thumbnails and do shit with it, man. So I don't. Not bad for a guy that grew up with a hard stammer. Just goes to show you how great he was. Yeah, really. Yeah, he had a stammer. I have a stammer. Oh, and I used to have a stutter. From time to time, you can hear it a little bit, but it's something that you can still overcome. You know what I mean? Well, that's why DJ Masters, I could do that video today because I just forgot to do it. So I can do it today. I already know which one I'm going to answer, how I'm going to answer it. So it's basically the same thing, but since it's more specific to those two titles, I can just do a video on that after this one. I have the voice to be the next James Earl Jones. Uh, I could never replace James Earl Jones. I could never do that. I know one thing I like to do. I like to do that. This is CNN thing. I like to do that. This is CNN. Dun-dun-dun. That used to be the ish back in the day. Dun, dun, dun. This is CNN. Dun-dun-dun. My favorite James Earl Jones movie. I don't know. I don't know which really. Hmm. I don't know if I have an answer to that because do you mean like my favorite movie in which he's featured or my favorite performance of his? Like, because one of my favorite movies is Coming to America, but that's really a Eddie Murphy vehicle. But if you're talking about like one of my favorite movies that he's in, uh, maybe the Great White Hope. Yeah, Sports and Fitness Rants, man. You be good too, man. Y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Sports and Fitness Rants. Please subscribe to his platform. And he's a legend in this. He makes some very good arguments, man. He be absolutely destroying those LeBron fanboys, man. Destroying them. Empire Strikes Back, yeah. Favorite performance? Oh man. Probably The Great White Hope. And I think, remember when I said that he elevates movies? I like his part. I like his acting role, his character in Gang Related. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the lawyer's name he played, but he got her though. He got her. He tricked her into revealing her lying and whatnot. When he kept calling the defendant when he kept calling the defendant Joe, and she was responding to it, even though the courtroom had never referred to him as Joe. So that caught her in a lie. Oh yeah, he was Meteor Man. The Village Brother. I remember I had a really bad speech impediment, man. I used to stutter, I had a stammer, and I had a lisp. And if I remember correctly, first and second grade, I had to um, go to basically what you would call a speech coach. And the speech coach basically had me pronounce words very crisply. You know what I mean? And that's probably why I talked in the manner that I talk, because I try to measure my words. And I used to speak really, really fast. I used to talk real fast, real fast. And when I was talking really fast, I had a tendency to just talking so fast, I was stuttering and stammering. So I had to learn how to slow down and measure my words. And I got rid of the stutter. And for the most part, I control the stammer, but you never completely get rid of it. But you learn how to control it, you know. Yeah, let them wait. Let them wait. Well, I really just wanted to just go live, man, and just chop it up with y'all a little bit more. Um, I want to let y'all know that tomorrow I'm going to go live during tomorrow's debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. So I'm going to go live during that and um, I guess give my opinions during it, you know, maybe do a little bit post debate analysis. Uh, or I might, it depends. I might go live the entire debate, or I might go live afterward, but probably I'll go live during it. So I'm gonna let y'all know about that. All right, man. So just want to share that news with y'all, man. You know, it's a sad day, man, but at the same time, he lived a long life. And rest in peace to the now late, great James Earl Jones.